What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and today we're looking at what to do with your 2-star monsters. New players are probably maxing out their inventory pool and wondering what to do, and veteran players have probably forgotten that these little 2-star monsters even exist. So today we're going to show you a strategy for using these fodders to gain more promotions and to make more 6-star heroes that'll help you progress into the game and also help you to utilize heroes that maybe have been sitting on the bench for a while. The very first thing that we're going to look at is where to get this fodder. If you go into any of your episodes 1 through 4, you're going to see these appear as rewards for your drops for completing any kind of story. You can also see this if we go into our shop. We go to our friendship shop
What do you think?
and we buy friendship bookmarks. Now, buying a friendship bookmark will allow you to then come into your summons, go to your friendship summon, and then summon one of these 2-star monsters. But as we are able to summon these monsters, now we need to be able to figure out what to do with them and how we can utilize them in our game. So we're going to go over that next. If you've been following our new series, Noob to Awesome, free to play roadmap, then you probably have an inkling we've been hinting at what we're doing with these 2-star monsters, and it has to do with high command. As we come into high command, we see that our dispatch missions are just about done. Now, what happens is we're putting in these 2-star monsters here, and they gain experience every single time a dispatch mission has finished. If all of your monsters still need experience, you just click try again. And if they don't, if they're maxed out, let's pretend, then we're going to click close. And then we're going to go back in and we are just going to start a new mission, which is very, very important because this allows us to continually build upon what we have already built. And we're going to end up utilizing these 2-star monsters in a very important way. Now, to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our hero menu and we have something here called Hero Transmission. Clicking Hero Transmission, this allows us to basically release different kinds of heroes, and we're going to go to our 2-star. If we select, let's say this guy here, then we're going to get 420 gold and 80 stigma for every one of these monsters that we get through playing the episodes in the story. And that's great. But what we really want to do is we want to maximize our rewards. So let's go up and we're going to see that we have a maximum 2-star monster that we achieve through dispatch. We're going to select promote and then we're going to auto select. Now what this does is it's going to give us 2 lesser blooms to spend and 10,000 gold. We're going to go ahead and promote this monster and now he becomes 3-star. When we go into transmission, we see that this has changed. We originally had 400 gold here. Now we have 1750. That 80 stigma is still there, so we have not lost it. But now we see that we're able to receive lesser blooms. So we spent 2 blooms and we spent 10,000, and now we're getting back 1750 plus 2 additional blooms, 4 blooms total, which is really, really good. What this means is that basically you're spending something about like 8,000, 250 gold to get now 2 additional blooms, which I consider it to be a profit because that's going to help you to now promote more heroes, especially when you're starting out, to get that initial group of 60s that is going to help you progress through the game. But also, if you're farming in the late game or even in the mid game and you need heroes to break into new content, well, now we have a way that we can utilize these monsters by farming the story mode, getting them, promoting them, and then now we're using them for promotions on the heroes that we really want to use to have fun in the game. So what we're going to do today is we're going to utilize these 2-star monsters to take this Mercedes and try and promote her. If I have enough, of course, I will go to 6 stars, but first we're going to try and get to 5 stars and see exactly what that takes. Now, as we go into our currency, I have 4.9 million gold, and 29,000 sigma. This is just from playing for 3 days. And then in our enhanced materials, we do have some penguins, and we also have 31 lesser blooms and 4 of our greater blooms. To promote this hero, we need 16 total. 16 times 5 is 80, and we already have 31. So we need 49 more blooms. And let's see how much that takes when we're using this system of 2-star monsters to now gain those blooms that we need for promotion. To do that, we're going to utilize our Forest of Souls. Now, before I begin, I do have a maxed out forest. This is something that I recommended in my Sanctuary videos, and so that's what we're going to be using today. If your Forest of Souls is not maxed out, then your results may vary a little bit, but we're going to see exactly what happens. Let's go ahead and we're going to pull down some of these penguins. I don't know exactly how many I need, so let's just go ahead and do this quite a few times, and then we will get started. We're getting quite a few epic penguins, which I do like. Now, the epic penguins I don't use to level up. When we go into our consumables, enhance ingredients, and arrange, I am going to then sell all of these epic penguins at a later date when I need a little bit of these silver transmit stones. But keep this in mind, I'm not using these ones. I'm only using the little baby 1 and 2-star penguins. So let's go ahead. Now we are going to start to max out our 2 stars. How many is it going to take? It's going to take at least 10, I think. Let's go ahead and start with this guy here. And let's go ahead and promote. Here we go. I just went ahead and leveled up all of them. And now we're going to transmute all of these brand new 3 stars. I said transmute. It's actually called transmission. Probably should stop saying that. Do we have enough? We don't quite have enough, but let's see how much this has cost us. Now that we've transmuted all of our heroes, we can see exactly how much gold that this cost us. So we started with 4.9 million and we're down to 4.7 million. We know that we don't lose any stigma when we are promoting. This is just for me getting penguins, and so we don't have a stigma loss here. Now, if we look at our enhanced ingredients, we started with 31, we now have 61, so that means that we have a net gain of 30. So we spent 150,000 gold. We gained 30 of our lesser spirit blooms. And so that means that each one of these costs us 5,025 gold. If we go to our 49 and we multiply that by 5,000, then that means one level 5-star hero is only going to cost you 246,000. Now let's go ahead and let's expand that as we look into what it takes to make it a 6-star hero. Going back to our Forest of Souls and going to the Growth Altar, we can see the conversion rates for our Spirit Blooms. 5 lesser blooms equals 1 greater, and 5 graders equals 1 epic. Now we know that to go from a 4 to 5-star unit, we're going to need 16 greater blooms, multiply that by 5, and we need a total of 80 lesser spirit blooms. Now we also need 20 to go from 5-star to a 6-star, and if we multiply that 20 by 25 lesser blooms, then we know that we're going to need 500 to get all of the materials that we need to go all the way to the very, very top. Now we know that from our experiment that each one of these lesser blooms is going to cost us about 5,025 gold. So if we take that amount of gold and multiply it by 80, then we know that that's going to be about 402,000. If we then take 500 lesser blooms and multiply it by 5,020, that's going to be 2.5 million. The total is 2.9 million using this strategy to now make a 6-star unit. As you can see, we have 4.7, so I can take one of these heroes all the way to 6-star, which is going to be really great because it's going to allow us basically a power level. A 6-star unit using the free equipment is going to be able to really go through a lot of the unrecorded history. It's also going to be able to go through a lot of the episode 2 and possibly episode 3 by the time everyone catches up. So it's going to be an amazing benefit to you. Even on day 4, now we have enough gold, we can totally make one of these 6-star units. This strategy utilizes the dispatch missions to level up your 2-star fodder. You can also level them in Spirit Altar or Hunts if your team can clear the level with the fodder. Leveling them in these modes has no negative side effects because that experience would be lost and is not converted into stigma. However, if you level 2-star monsters in the story mode, then you forego that stigma that you would have gained through the stigma mileage, and that would be a negative loss. If you use the stigma from your story mode to buy penguins, then that would be a lot faster, but it assumes 122 stigma loss per spirit bloom. Promoting a 6-star hero from 4-star would then cost you 70,000 stigma, or roughly 353 story levels worth, depending on how much you receive, but we're taking an average of about 200 stigma per level. Now, right now we have a buff event, so I'm gaining 300 or more stigma a level, which is really great, and this is going to help us really to promote these heroes. The beginning of the game is a really great time to utilize this strategy once you get to episode number 2. As you can see now, I am in this episode, and all I'm going to do is just let it farm. They even added a portion of the game where you are able to use the background battling and go back and do other things, whether that's coming into arena, or you can even go into your labyrinth or your abyss to make sure that you're doing other things while your team is farming. Do not spend any more time in episode 1 than you have to, because that's not a great place to farm. You can literally use this in any one of your
Unsightly weed.
episodes, and the higher episodes you go,
Must
the
be
more benefits you're going to have, because you're going to get much more
obey
stigma
me.
for each one of these battles.
Obey me.
As we see, we're going through, I'm not even utilizing my friends to be able to help with this. This is just gear that you get as you're playing. My Mama Rancy has no gear at all. My Free Spirit just has the level 70 gear that has not been enhanced, and my Mercedes
By my
has some of the
command.
beginner gear that I've only taken to
Victory!
level 9. If you want to enhance your gear even further, then you're going to be doing a lot of these missions much faster and getting much more stigma as well.
Excuse me.
To me.
Oh wow. Call. Unveil your eye of terror.
219 stigma on this match, and that's because we have all maxed out heroes. If you have heroes that need experience, then you're going to be getting a little less stigma for each one of these runs. What you want to
Hooray!
do is you want to take that stigma and you want to
Beyond the
buy
abyss
penguins, and
to
then
the
utilize
ends of
those penguins
eternity.
and your 2 stars from doing all of these background battles to then generate more spirit blooms. It's going to be an amazing cycle for you, and you should be able to make a 6-star unit every few days.
Flutter.
I would say it
Got it.
shouldn't take you more than 3 to 5 days,
Push 'em
but I'm
away.
probably going to take my Mercedes all the way to 6-star today.
Obey me.
That way, I'm able to do even better
Obey me.
as we go into further down in the episodes. I noticed that unrecorded history is a little bit stronger than I remember. Also, episode 2 a little bit stronger than I remember, and she's really going to pull a lot of weight for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you make more 6-star heroes so you can have fun using the
Over here.
heroes that you really want
Let
to
me
play
help
in
you.
the game.
Please
Give me a
save
like so everyone just like you can find it as well. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck on your battles.
Blaze. Excuse me. One and two and three.